Hey, Pisces, Mel, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you your end of the year reading. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Pisces, where are you currently at? Where have you been and where are you going? You're starting off here with card 41. Some of you could be 41 years old, but this is all about a higher view. And you're not the only sign to get this card. This has actually come out quite often because this is a time of letting go, and that's what this card is all about, gaining higher perspectives. Because when we're able to gain a higher perspective, that's when we truly are able to let go of assumptions, let go of a judgment. And I also feel letting go of criticisms or anything that may have caused strife, disappointment, or grief in your life, because I'm getting a mix of the Three of Swords with the Five of Wands. Now, for some of you, there may have been drama throughout 2024 that you had to deal with, or competition, or just felt like there was a lot of diversity and a lot of division. You may have felt that on a global level. You may have felt that in your family dynamics or your career. But I feel like this month you are really evaluating and you're taking a look at things from, again, that higher perspective, and you're letting things go that just don't align with you. They're not worth spending your time and energy towards that drama. You're finding solutions here is what I'm getting. I am seeing a lot of swords in my mind's eye. So we could see you really spending some time right now focusing on solutions, using your logical mind, maybe even reprogramming beliefs into, getting ready for new beginnings. So reprogramming them beliefs into something quite beneficial, because you're heading towards a new journey. And 2024 was all about a tall tale. Now, the tall tale here, I'm glad this is in your 2024 energy, because this can be about denial or someone lying. This could even be a story that you told yourself or someone told you that wasn't the truth. And it kept you in a state of denial. It kept you telling a tall tale over and over and over again. But I feel like this pattern, this inherited pattern, that may have played out over and over again, you are rising above that. So whatever patterns, whatever lies, whatever stories that were told that were not based in truth, that's what you are rising above. And whenever I get this card, and this is so interesting, it always reminds me of the Never-Ending Story. I think the boy's name is it Sebastian, and Balcor is the dragon. I feel like this is, Sebastian and the Valcor riding in the never-ending story. And again, never-ending. So a repeated pattern. That's what you are rising above. That's what you are cycling out of. So something that has been ongoing, I just feel like you're choosing a new path come 2025, because what we see here for you in the future is Awakening the Genius, card 29. This is all about creative expression. It is about you channeling divine energy and being able to use that to your advantage. So this could be breaking out of a cycle that's been replaying out for you in your job. Maybe you have felt lack of inspiration. Perhaps you felt like it was difficult to tap into your creative potential. Some of you, there was lack of motivation. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't feel like all of 2024 was difficult, but I do feel like the majority of it, there was a story that was played out and you kind of went along with that story. But now you're able to look back from a new angle, and you're able to see what story was based in a false premise and what one was real. And I feel like you're moving into 2025 with more truth, with more authenticity, and also more genius, right? And this is that mind energy too. So intuitively, I feel like your gifts are enhancing or increasing because you're starting to trust more. You're starting to trust in your path and trust in your journey. You're starting to really listen and open up to spirit communication and the signs and symbols that are shown to you each and every day. So let's dive into your reading here and take a look at 2024 in summary. Pisces, what does Pisces 2024 look like, please? We have the Four of Cups. Yeah, look at that frog there. I mean, he looks like he is bored out of his mind. He either looks bored, not impressed, right? Or this could be, oh boy, rolling the eyes. I'm doing this all over again. Sometimes the Four of Cups can be contemplation. So again, a lot of contemplation. Should I take the leap or should I just stay on this warm lily pad, even though I'm hungry, even though I should probably take a deep dive and get something to eat to satiate my inner call, right? That inner need. And I feel like there's a sense of apathy here in 2024 for you. This can also be feeling again boredom, which we just talked about, or feeling impatient, or even feeling stagnant, feeling like you're a zombie, right? Going through the motions of life and, really taking a look now and saying, I don't want to live life that way. I don't want to just be a robot. I'm not a robot, right? So I feel like there's this new opportunity, this new sense of living life to its fullest that you're finally jumping off of that lily pad and you're finally going to have a new look and a new twinkle to your eyes. Because again, look at this guy up front and close and personal here. He is not impressed. So I feel like there's a new opportunity and a turning point coming in. And instead of focusing on the past, or instead of feeling self-absorbed or depressed, or just feeling like things are a lower vibrancy, I feel like there's a whole opportunity of color coming in for you in 2025. Something is awakening. And what's awakening is this frog's hunger for life, because he may have ate enough flies to keep himself content for the time being, but I feel like that's not satiating your hunger any longer, and you're ready for a new opportunity. You're sick of eating flies. You want to go out there and have an extraordinary divine meal, right? And so I feel like there's something new coming in here. Now, what are some of the lessons that you've learned from 2024? What are some of the lessons that Pisces has learned in 2024? Well, we do have the devil. Look at that shark. The devil's coming up here. So this has to do with living in darkness. Some of you, this has to do with bondage. The devil can be temptations. It can be addictions. It can be gambling, shopping. It can be manipulation, codependency, materialisms, anything that we attach ourselves to. But what I see here with the shark showing up in reverse says that you've gone through a spiritual awakening. You have detached from an energy that had tempted you to stay on this darn lily pad. For some of you, it was procrastination. For others of you, it was fear of perfection, or imperfection, I should say. So leading to maybe perfectionism, or even leading to stalled behavior, stalled action. I'm just going to put that on the back burner. I'm not going to take care of that today. I'll take care of it some other time. I'm not going to exercise today. It's too much work, right? It can be excuses as well. And the shark is coming in, big bad shark coming in saying, okay, this is it. We have to have this spiritual awakening because that shark's coming at you. And I feel like that's a big lesson. When we can release the devil, I think that's one of the most profound lessons that we can learn in this lifetime. So whatever this is, if this is a person, if this is, a situation, or again, a toxic behavior or an addiction, whatever this is that you have been working on releasing, kudos to you, Pisces, because that's not always easy to do. Now let's take a look at relationships and emotions as you're winding down 2024. You have the Hermit here, and even though the Hermit came out here with the Devil, I feel like part of the lessons has to do with relationships or your emotions, because some of you may withdraw, you may go within. I mean, after all, the Hermit kind of goes back into its hermit shell to really gain that introspection. And I feel like a lot of you at this time are doing some deep soul searching. You are really looking at your feelings, you're evaluating them, you're saying, does this make me happy? Does this relationship benefit both parties in some way? Is there a mutual exchange? Does this person leave me feeling drained or, excited or happy? So I do feel like you're taking a deep inventory of how you're feeling about certain partnerships at this time. So as you're winding down 2024, some of you could even be hunkering down, staying in. Maybe you're just spending time with your closest friends and your closest family this holiday season if you're celebrating the holidays. And if you're alone, I just feel like you're taking care of yourself. Maybe you're reading a good book or you're taking a nice long hot bath, because when it comes to emotions, some of you may have been burned. You may have put yourself out there and you may have reached out only to be rejected or denied, or, it almost feels for some of you, someone had kicked you while you were down. Right? And I feel like this someone was very pivotal, was very significant on your journey. And this person may have told you a lie, and that lie may have kept you in a bit of a loop. And I feel like you now see the situation from that higher perspective because you've done some deep reflection work. So as you're winding down 2024, when it comes to relationships and emotions, you may be withdrawn from society or even social media, but I feel like you're doing you. And that's the most important thing here. You're spending time with maybe a small handful of people, and I feel like you're taking this time to just reflect and journal and maybe eat healthy or eat some cupcakes, right? I feel like you're finding balance and you're in a much better space because you're going to open that heart up here. And I feel like you have a lot of ideas. Some of you could just be cocooning, right, over the winter months. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you could just be cocooning, and it could be because you are really honing in on some of that genius that is awakening within you. And you may have some really beautiful solutions or, new ideas when it comes to relationships when you step into this new path that I see you're going in 2025, which we'll get a sneak peek. But let's take a look here at career, work, and finances. How are you ending the year? Career, work, and finances here for Pisces. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse. It almost feels like someone has been either nickeling and diming you, or it feels like there has been a weasel or someone taking advantage. Sometimes this can be, the devil. It says the devil is in the details. All right. So because you have the devil showing up as lessons learned in 2024, you've learned some valuable lessons around the devil. And when the devil and the Seven of Swords show up together, you are definitely dealing with a person or, again, an energy that just, it's not fun. It's shady. It's sneaky. It can be secretive. It can be someone, again, telling a lie or telling a story that isn't true. And you can see that now. The good news is it's in reverse. So I feel like if there was any sneaky or shady activity, I feel like it's out the door because you have this higher view. And some of you, someone got canned or someone got fired because perhaps they were doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. I feel like someone is getting called out here. If there is a sneaky energy going on and it hasn't been exposed yet, I feel like it will. I feel like there's going to be some sort of justice here, some sort of karma or retribution to something that has been very difficult for you to go through financially. Maybe this has to do with a divorce because this is financial. It could be someone that maybe took you to court. For some of you, this could even be like a long drawn out process of, money and greed could have been involved. So I feel the Seven of Swords is saying truth is being exposed. This is dishonesty. Someone was lying because it stemmed from a desired outcome. I mean, that's why most people lie, right? Because they want the outcome the way that they want it, and they're willing to do what they have to do to get that outcome, even if that means lying. So I feel like you now see the truth. And that's why you have this tall tale in the past, because maybe they pulled one over your eyes. Maybe they got one past you, or they kept you in that denial because you believed them for a little while. Not anymore. And I also see, again, swords. Did I mention swords for you earlier? I feel like I did, but there's your first, the Seven of Swords is a lot of swords coming at you, but I feel like you are finding solutions. You're finding solutions to dealing with any challenges that have to do with your finances or your work or your career. So you're shifting gears is what I'm getting. Gears are shifting, and I feel like you're opening up to something genius, actually. Some of you could be coming up with a new company, a new business. You could have an idea, a hobby, income, or something on the side that you are being drawn to. And I feel like whatever this is, you could even be wanting to go back and learn a new skill. But whatever this is has the potential to really grow into something quite big, quite profound is what I'm picking up on, because they're actually showing me the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is about creating a life that you love. Nines are also about completion and accomplishment. So whatever this genius is that is awakening within you, when this comes to your work, your finances, and career, you have some ideas that you could really feel like you've done something profound. And I feel like you've already planted the seeds on this as well. It's already a seed that has been planted in your mind. Now, I'm not quite sure if you've already started to invent the wheel in a sense, or if you've already put this out there, but I feel like it could take off in 2025. All right, let's look at health and well-being. And for those of you that have been wanting to get out of a toxic situation in work, I feel like there's going to be a new beginning coming in, possibly around May. Okay, I'm just going to quick pull a timing card. Spirit, can we get a timing card for finances? Maybe May is the month where you see some sort of proof or evidence of some sort of seed that you've grown is breaking out of the dirt, and you're going to see growth. But we do have October here as well. So October is a big month. Maybe you started this last October, and by May of 2025, you could see a change. Now, if you just applied for a job, maybe in October, maybe it takes a few months to integrate into their system, or for you to go through the whole process. That would be a long wait, but perhaps, October to May could be very significant for you in career. All right, let's look at health and well-being. What do we have for health and well-being for Pisces, please? Three of Cups. This is beautiful. Yeah, like I said, you are spending time with those that you are closest to, your closest friends, your closest family. The penguin energy is all about celebration, soul tribe, but I also see you focusing because you do have this idea. You have something awakening within you, and I feel like that Capricorn energy, a Capricorn showing up at the end of December through the end of January, is really going to train you to focus on whatever is awakening within you. Some of you could be, going to school or taking a class. You could be, I'm getting graduating in some sense. Perhaps you're graduating, or you are getting a job. There could be celebrations coming in. And when it comes to your health and well-being, I feel like you're happy, right? You are happy because you're able to see things from a higher perspective. Now, when it comes to health, The mind, I feel like you may have felt very scattered. Some of you could even be drinking mushrooms or like mushroom tea or mushroom cocoa. You could be taking mushroom supplements here because I'm getting mental focus may have been a big one for some of you. I'm also getting the eyes, so maybe seeing or getting new eyeglasses. I also see here with the Three of Cups, you could be talking to other people, such as a therapist or a coach or a healer, and this could be very beneficial to your health, okay? When you're able to reach out, when you're able to connect with others, it brings us that sense of belonging, and I feel like that's what you're focused on here towards the end of the year when it comes to your health and well-being. You want to take care of others because you see that there's a little penguin between mama and papa penguin there. So I feel like you're taking care of others, but don't forget, Pisces, to take care of yourself, because sometimes the Three of Cups, sometimes this can also be excessiveness, like going to extremes around holiday gatherings. So it can be over drinking or overindulging, overeating. So just be mindful that you're not overdoing it in order to soften something or to feel better about a situation you're in. I just feel like don't numb, right? Don't numb because it's going to make you feel worse, or don't shrink yourself to fit in because you're going to feel worse about it. So just moderate, be mindful here, spend time with those that you love and that you trust. And I feel like celebrations are going to be a happy time this holiday season. All right, let's look at your spiritual energy and your inner fulfillment. Spiritual energy and inner fulfillment, please, for Pisces. All right, we have here the Eight of Cups. Beautiful. Eight of Cups is my Eat, Pray, Love card. For those of you that are familiar with the book or the movie, Julia Roberts looks like she has the perfect life on paper. She has the husband and she has the job and she has the money and the house and the car, but something deep within her isn't happy. And everybody thinks she's crazy, but she just wants to rejoin life, kind of like that frog that's been sitting here on the darn lily pad, and everybody's like, oh, look at that cute frog. In the meantime, it's rolling its eyes like, yeah, I've been sitting here for 200 years. And I feel like you're ready to kind of cut ties or abandon ship in a way. I feel like you're ready to jump ship, and some people may think that you're abandoning them. You may have even had to heal through your own abandonment wounds or issues. But ultimately, this is about needing to leave an energy behind, whether it's something or someone, to grow. So spiritually, I feel in order for you to feel fulfilled, you may have to cut ties, move away, or walk away from a person, place, or thing in order to continue growing spiritually. This is a quest for something deeper. This is a quest for something more meaningful. If you're feeling disconnected, the truth is coming in. It says here, true seeing. And that's why you start off with the higher view, because you're able to see the truth of the matter. You're able to see now with that devil showing up, because remember, that devil is the lesson. It's something that you've learned, maybe even the hard way. Some of you had to learn it over and over and over again. But I feel like when you walk away from this, when you leave this behind, you really are leaving it behind for good. And what are you walking towards? Your Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment. So spiritually, that inner fulfillment is going to require you to let go of an old life or an old part of yourself in order to feel more fulfillment moving into the future. So what is the best energy for you to focus on right here, right now? What's the best energy for you to focus on right here, right now, Pisces? All right. We have here the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. 10 of Cups. So you're skipping right past the 8 of Cups and you're running to the 10. You're like, okay, here, this is my wish. This is my inner fulfillment, my family. This is lasting happiness. This is success. This is divine blessings. You're focusing on all of this right now, or this is what Spirit wants you to focus on. The 10 of Cups is happiness and family and community and emotional fulfillment. So I feel like there's a lot of really amazing blessings and so very much, Pisces, for you to be grateful for. Focus on those things. And if you're having a hard time finding things to be grateful for, I want you to meditate. I want you to really connect, because some of you could be very disconnected from yourself. If you're having a difficult time finding even 3 things that you're grateful for, it could mean that you're very disconnected. And I see you have a lot of love. You have a lot of support. You have a lot of family around you here and in spirit. For those of you that have a loved one in spirit, potentially a mother or a father, I mean, this could be anyone, but I'm getting parental energy here. I feel like you're going to receive signs this holiday season that they're with you. Some of you, this could be a sign such as a cardinal, such as, you know, a Christmas ornament, or it could be a Christmas song or something around Christmas time potentially, or something around the wintry months, again, for those of you that are in the northern hemisphere. But I'm also getting dreams. So you could have a dream about a loved one in spirit. If there is someone that is not able to be home for the holidays, I do feel like you'll be able to FaceTime them, or you'll be able to talk to them or connect with them. But I feel like there is happiness here. There's happiness around you. So focus on the 10 of Cups. That's beautiful. All right. What are your aspirations and your goals over the next 12 months? So we're going to get a little sneak peek into your 2025, but Pisces, next week, stay tuned. I'll be putting out your 2025 forecast with a breakdown of each month. So what are your goals and aspirations over the next 12 months? You have the King of Cups. I mean, this is your energy. It's beautiful. This is all about calm, clarity. It's about control over emotions and self-compassion. It's you awakening this genius. And for a lot of you, you are healers in some way, because sometimes the King of Cups, he can be a therapist. He can be a doctor, a coach, a mentor, someone who takes care of others, someone who inspires others to really get in touch with their intuition and their heart and their dreams and goals. So I feel like you are setting the example. And some of you, I feel like you're setting the bar for perhaps your children or family. And I feel like you're showing a lot of warmth and love. Now, it's interesting as well, because the octopus has all of those tentacles, and tentacles can be very resourceful. And isn't it the octopus where one of the tentacles gets chopped off and it'll just grow back? So it almost feels like there will be replacements. Okay, there will be replacements. And it doesn't mean that, you know, for example, let's say you lose a pet and you get another pet and you're replacing them. You know that that pet can never be replaced. You know that that bond you had with that specific pet was unique to the energy of that pet. So it's not a replacement. It's not a filler. But I definitely feel like there could be another energy that comes in the place of something that has been of loss. Okay, just like a relationship. If you have gone through a divorce, or you've gone through a situation where, you know, you had a separation and that person is no longer in your life, there could be someone new coming in. So it feels like whatever area that you've cut out with that 8 of Cups, you're actually going to replace it. And I feel like what you are replacing it with is lasting happiness. Why? Because that's what you're focused on. The 10 of Cups. Some of you, this is, you know, the ultimate blessing. You may have some big dreams. You may want to build a family home. You may be retiring. Perhaps you are sending a child to a university or off to college. Maybe you are buying something that you've never had before, but you get to own it for yourself, right? I feel like there's some dreams that you have, Pisces, in 2025, that you have resources to be able to achieve those dreams. And I also feel like whatever you've cut out of your life, you're making room for new to replace the old. That's what I'm getting here with this tentacle energy. All right, beautiful. What is motivating you to reach these goals? What is motivating you to really tap into that King of Cups, which is ultimately your energy? King or queen, male or female, doesn't matter. It is a water element, but what is inspiring you and empowering you to reach big goals in 2025? Let's look at the motivator here. What's the motivator, please? The Wheel of Fortune. Why? Because you've completed some karmic cycles, and I feel like destiny and fate are intervening. This is beautiful. You have the bee showing up. Now, how are you wanting to see the bee, right? When you think of a bee, immediately we think of two different types of bee. What is the first type of bee that you think of? I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comments. Are you thinking of like a hornet or a wasp? Are you thinking of the stinger of the bee? Or are you thinking of the honey, right? The honeybee, the productivity, the resourcefulness, the queen bee even. And I feel like you've gone through the wasp type of bee, right? You've gone through the stinger. You've gone through the situation where maybe you got in the hornet's nest in some way in the past. But I feel like this is the sweet result of the honey. This is about all your hard work paying off. And the motivator behind this is luck. I believe we also create our own luck by mindset, by beliefs, and by choices that we make. There are also things that are very destined, very fated. And I feel like there is massive karmic events that are coming in, and karma, it isn't neither good nor bad. Karma is based on, consequences due to choices that we've made. And I feel like you're getting some good karma because you've been putting in the work. You've been releasing toxicity or patterns or addictions. You've really been working hard on building a sense of happiness, long-term happiness in your life. And because of that, you're getting rewarded here. Because again, you've created something quite profound. So the energy that is empowering you to reach these goals, you have the bee and you have the whole colony that is helping you deliver some delicious honey in that honeycomb. So there's a colony backing you up. So some of you, this could be a year, 2025, where you have soul tribe, you have family, you have, people in your corner, or it just feels like you're not alone doing something. And again, something very destined, very fated coming in that is prosperous as well. This can be the card of money. It can be the card of fortune. And when you have this as your motivator, anything is possible. It's a major arcana, which means that you're at a turning point and you're going to have many turning points in your life. But what is the challenge? What could possibly be a bit of a threat? Patterns, right? Patterns, that devil, because sometimes the devil sneaks in when we least expect it, because we've been conditioned for so long to fall back into that default. You don't want to go back to this frog on a lily pad, right? Again, I can't help but look at those frogs' eyes. They just are like bored. He's just bored out of his mind, or he's just had it with the incompetency, or he's just, he doesn't look very happy. And I feel like you don't want to go back to that place. So that in itself could be a big motivator for you, Pisces. So let's look at the challenge here. Okay, the challenge could be other people as well. You have the Two of Cups, you have the Warthog, but this is about harmonizing. It is about you becoming that vibrational frequency and attracting what it is that you are. And I feel like there could be people that are jealous of your success. They may even want to separate you or cause a separation when it comes to you telling a new story. Because remember, we have the tall tale. So this could be a belief that tries to keep you locked in that tall tale, or it can be, that can be the challenge. But I feel like you're breaking out of it because you've learned how to break out of cycles. That's probably one of your best gifts at this time is, okay, I can recognize a cycle. I know what I need to do. And even though you may have had to do it, a million times, because sometimes it takes longer to break out of patterns or cycles than others, but I feel like you at least recognize it and you're not going to give up. And so when it shows up in your life again, or if it tries to rear its ugly head with the shark, because sometimes those sharks come out of the blue, they come out of the dark waters, you're going to get a warning because you're going to see that shark fin. And I feel like you're going to know what to do before that shark fin, hits you. And this can also be sacred unions. Some of you may have had a separation. Okay, you may have separated your energy from something. So sometimes when we are separated from an energy, the biggest challenge can be loneliness, or we have regret, right? Or there can be a feeling at times of, did I do the right thing? Was I supposed to separate from that energy? You're exactly where you are meant to be, Pisces. So keep moving forward on your divine path. Whatever you are disconnecting from, whatever you have withdrawn from with that Eight of Cups, remember the why. It's to allow you to grow deeper on a more spiritual level and to feel more fulfilled, because you got that Eight of Cups with inner fulfillment and spiritual energy. So trust that whatever is being cut out of your life is going to be replaced with something better. And one affirmation that I love to say is, this spirit, this universe, bring this to me or something better. Because that way you're leaving the universe open for room where you're not being inflexible, like this is how it has to look, but you're trusting that your biggest co-creating partner is spirit, and you're trusting that you may know what it is, but if you don't, you're going to trust that something better is in store for you. So last but not least, where are you headed in 2025? Where are you headed? Little sneak peek here, please, Spirit. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is spinning something forward, and I feel like that Two of Cups was meant for your 2025 as well. But let's see. Oh, as I say Two of Cups, look what we have here. We have the Nautilus, the Ace of Cups. Your Eight of Cups and that Nine, the 8 and the Ace equals the 9, right? Wish fulfillment. So this is getting you directly towards joy. This is true fulfillment, and it could very much lead to a new Two of Cups in your life, or it could be a mending or a bringing together of whatever vibrational frequency you are becoming. That's what you're attracting. And I feel like it's a new vibrational frequency because this is a soul quenching renewal. Where you are headed in 2025 is opening the heart. You are awakening that genius within you. And there's a whole palette of color here. Instead of living life in black and white, you're tasting the rainbow. Instead of ordering the same thing on the menu, an order of 5 flies with the frog, right? I feel like you're ordering big and you're saying, I want the filet mignon, or maybe you're vegan, right? I want the green goddess salad. I feel like you are going extreme, but in a way that satiates and fulfills your spirit and your heart and your soul. This is divine inspiration. This is one of my favorite aces here because it is the cup of love. It's true fulfillment. It's pure joy and intuition. It is positivity and curiosity and hope. It could be a new love connection or an experience that is going to fulfill you emotionally. So beautiful start to the year. I love where you're going. I love the motivation that you have coming with you, and you've learned some very difficult lessons. Pat yourself on the back, Pisces. 2025 is going to be a very profound year for you. All right, beautiful souls. If the reading resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And stay tuned for next week's yearly forecast. Lots of love, Pisces.